It's canning season. These are some of the most popular and unique recipes. I'm going to start with more mainstream style recipes and then get into the very fun ones, so make sure to stick around for the fun ones towards the end. This one is onion jam. I have two different sizes because one is for if I'm just opening a jar to use it, and one's for if I'm using it in something. So what does that mean? You guys, I like to put this in my bread. Like literally when I'm making the bread, I put it in with the water and it flavors the bread and I get an onion bread. It is so good. You can use that to make like grilled ham and cheese. You could also use regular bread, spread some onion jam on it to make a grilled ham and cheese, and oh my gosh, if you haven't tried it, you are missing out. The first time I tried onion jam was actually from a restaurant that was delivering sandwiches to a place that I worked, and I was blown away by how good it was that I had to make it myself. So onion jam is one of those that isn't so known about, but as soon as you know about it, you're going to be wanting to make this all the time. On top of anything, you guys, you can also put this in as like a marinade for any meat. I've put this right over chicken and baked it before. Delicious. You could do that with beef. Literally anything. It is so, so good.
We are going to start off by dicing our onions, and I find that the best way to get a very even dice is to use some type of a chopper. That way they're all approximately the same size. So I am going to do that and get 2 pounds of onions diced up, and then once we have our onions diced up, we need to combine the first 6 ingredients of this recipe into a large Dutch oven or stainless steel pot, or I just use any pot. The first 6 items are, of course, our onions, the balsamic vinegar, maple syrup, salt, white pepper, and a bay leaf. I like to also get my apple juice, my pectin, and my sugar measured out before I continue on, just to make sure that I have it done correctly because I do not want to mess up the recipe. Over at the stove, we need to cook our first 6 ingredients for about 15 minutes or until the onions are translucent, and we need to be stirring this occasionally. And then once they are at this point, we can stir in our apple juice and our pectin, and we need to bring this to a full rolling boil that we cannot stir down, and we want it to be over high heat. We also want to constantly stir it. So at this point, do not walk away. Once we get there, we're going to add in our sugar and keep stirring it until it dissolves. And we want this mixture to return to a full rolling boil. Once it's returned, we will boil it for 1 minute, stirring it consistently. Then we can remove our bay leaf. And then if there's any foam, we can skim that foam out. But from there, we follow our standard procedure. We are going to ladle our jam into our jar with a 1/4 inch headspace. Of course, make sure we don't have bubbles, wipe our rims, get our lid on and our rings finger tight. And then we are going to water bath can this. And I do use my pressure canner for water bath canning as well. I just only use the water and have it boil rather than using the pressure gauge. We will process these for 15 minutes, but you need to adjust for your altitude. So for me at Mile High, I need to add 10 minutes to that to process for 25 minutes. And of course, as always, we need to let the canner cool down for 5 minutes before we remove our jars. And then the next day, we can take our rings off, see if they sealed, and if they didn't, we get a delicious snack. And if they did, well, we just need to open a jar to have that delicious snack.